prioritize safety and durability to ensure dependable solutions in complex conditions. We embrace an energy-saving strategy that balances efficiency with environmental protection. We create wonders for the display industry, one after the other, to lead the way forward in the new era. When we activate the window, it illuminates the world near and far. When we engage with our partners for a win-win purpose, we light up every corner of the world to create a colorful life together. A window serves as a way of connecting, and each era has its own unique window. Windows connect different spaces, enabling people to see and interact to what's outside. As technology has advanced, so has the concept of a window. Today, the display has become the window of the new era. By opening it, we can gain a window to the world outside and beyond. Tianma Microelectronics is opening the window of the new era. Through it, we discover a different way of living, including game-changing products, enabling the ultimate in sensory and immersive driver experience for a more enjoyable and carefree journey. Revolutionizing the way people see the world, displays have become easier and more straightforward, creating new heights of entertainment. And with this, empowering the industry to see the way forward. Every detail of life becomes more clearly visible, easily managing the most extreme environments. Every moment at home empowered with intelligence and convenience, allowing you to experience the world's kaleidoscope of change all within inches.
Distinguished officials, dear guests, friends from around the globe, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome to 2025 Tianma Technology Innovation Conference. At the moment, we are graced by your presence. I'd like to say thank you for everyone participating in today's conference. Welcome you all. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce the main officials and guests attending. They are Academician of Chinese Academy of Sciences, Director of Strategic Development Committee, Academician Ouyang Zhongcan, Academician of Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences, Fellow of Royal Swedish Academy of Engineering Sciences, Foreign Fellow of Chinese Academy of Sciences, Chair Professor of Southern University of Science and Technology, Professor Lars Samuelson, Member of Standing Committee of Wuhan Municipal Committee, Secretary of Party and Working Committee of East Lake High-Tech Development Zone, Shen Yue. Member of Standing Committee of Wuhan Municipal Committee and East Lake High-Tech Development Zone, Li Shiting. East Lake High-Tech Development Zone Deputy Director Pan Qingyu. Welcome. Director of Electric Science and Technology Committee of Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, expert of Strategic Consultation Center of CAE, Xiaohua, Association Photochemistry and Photochemistry Technology, Chairman and President Liang Xingqi. China ELD Industry Association Secretary General Teng Hongbin. Chinese Electronics Industry Association Vice President Cheng Jianfo. Tianma Technology Chairman Mr. Cheng Wei. President Tianma Microelectronics Mr. Wang Lei. Furthermore, guests from universities, associations, securities, media, and other partners are also joining us today. Here, let us extend a warm welcome and sincere gratitude with a round of applause. Thank you for joining us. The innovative development of Tianma cannot be achieved with the support of government officials at all levels. First, let us invite a government official to deliver a remark. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Shen Yue, Secretary of Party Working Group of East Lake High-Tech Development Zone and member of the Standing Committee of Wuhan Municipal Committee. Distinguished Chairman Cheng Wei, President Wang Long, Academician Ouyang Zhongcan, entrepreneurs, experts, guests, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good afternoon. Today is a wonderful occasion to get together with friends in the river city of Wuhan, in Optic Valley of China, for Tianma Technology Innovation Conference 2025. On the outset, on behalf of Wuhan Municipal Committee, the Mayor Sheng Yuechun and High-Tech Development Zone of East Lake, to extend a warm welcome to all our guests. For the convening of the conference, I'd like to say congratulations on this occasion for those who have offered us long-term support. I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for your support for Optic Valley. East Lake High-Tech Development Zone is also known as Optic Valley of China. It's the first batch of national-level high-tech zone. And after Zhongguan Cun, the second self-innovation pilot zone and top 10 first-class high-tech zones in China. Since the 18th National Congress, President Xi Jinping for 4 times visited Optic Valley himself. And among all the high-tech zones in China, this is quite rare, I would say. General Secretary Xi Jinping has pointed out the blueprint for development for us. We will implement his important instructions and promote science, technology, innovation, industry integration, and accelerate the Optic Valley of the world. In the past, we have always stayed committed to establishing Chinese Optic Valley. Now our goal is aiming for global Optic Valley. Last year, our GDP for the region has exceeded 30 million Chinese yuan, with an increase of more than 7%. Our ranking has moved from 9 to top 6. In the first 3 quarters this year, our growth has reached 6.3%, maintaining a strong momentum of growth. East Lake High-Tech Development Zone is also a national optoelectronic industry base. We develop optoelectronic industry here with great advantages. Since 2022, Secretary General Xi Jinping visited Optic Valley and mentioned that the high-tech development zone, the optic electronics, is really a benchmark in China, which has acknowledged our efforts in recent years. And we have put forward a serious policies on the development to promote optoelectronics industry in order to facilitate flexible LED, the other technologies to achieve leapfrog and contribute to the integration of end-to-end use and the integration of upstream and downstream industries. Last year, our optoelectronic industry has exceeded an output of 60 million, driving $1 trillion Chinese yuan industry development. Tianma is a leading company in the field in 2008. Since its establishment in Optic Valley, for a very long time, it's deeply rooted in Optic Valley's development and has invested about 36 billion Chinese yuan, creating more than 400 billion Chinese yuan of value, and bringing a lot of partners to invest and develop here in Optic Valley. Enable Optic Valley to become the biggest base across China for panels for automobiles. The 15th five-year plan has just come out and specified that the 15th five-year plan is realizing the foundational development for modernization with Chinese characteristics. For Hubei province, according to President Xi's earnest expectations, is going to become a pivot in central China for Hubei province. So the next 5 years is a critical period for Hubei and Wuhan to develop into a high-quality development. During President Xi Jinping's visit, he mentioned that across China, to say megacity, there are two. One is Shanghai, one is Wuhan. So Wuhan will be restored to its previous glory in history as expected by President Xi Jinping. We call it a mega city. This is also important 5 years for Optic Valley to become a global Optic Valley. Currently, Optic Valley is ushering a systematic strategic opportunities at the very critical point of its comprehensive strengths being further elevated. Our goal is, we're planning it right now, we have about 32 million GDP, and by the end of 15th five-year plan, it's going to exceed 500 million. And by now, our GDP is working towards 3 trillion, taking about 1/5 of the total of GDP of Wuhan city. This is a great opportunity for industry upgrade, innovative technology development. So we do have the conditions and the possibility and opportunity for the 15th five-year plan to achieve leapfrog development and making Chinese Optic Valley a global Optic Valley. We look forward that we could leverage this conference and accelerate the optoelectronics industry development here in Optics Valley with Tianma as a great leader in this area to integrate industry and technology innovation to usher in a better future, becoming a community of shared interest and a shared future. One way is through science, technology, innovation. Of course, Wuhan is an important base for science and technology innovation. We have Huazhong University of Science and Technology and other leading universities in China to build influential science technology hub on opto display, storage, processing to expedite the consortium of science technology innovation and build the base for innovation. Second, industry innovation. We feel increasingly important that our enterprises are becoming major drivers of innovation to develop new display, future display, semiconductors, humanoid interface the brain and so on, and accelerate the world-class optoelectronic industry clusters. Third, to join hands and promote ecological upgrade. We will be the butler for our enterprises, provide the best services possible, attract more talents, and leverage Optic Valley's capital advantages, pushing startups, industry development, and the first-class business environment. Finally, I'd like to wish this conference a complete success. We sincerely look forward to join hands with academicians, experts, and entrepreneurs here to usher in a better future. Wish every guest great success. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chen. Please kindly take your seats. Every liquid display technology relies on a profound accumulation of basic research and operation within the industry. Please join me welcoming Academician Ouyang Zhongcan, Academician of CAS and Director of Strategic Development Committee of Institute of Theoretical Physics. Distinguished colleagues, experts, guests, good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to be invited to participate in this conference. Not long ago, I was in Xiamen City and with Tianma's high-end brand, Tiangong display launch. For the display screen launch, Tiangong itself has the character Tian from Tianma, but also has another feature of manufacturing. When we talk about Tiangong as a very important tool of science technology advancement, so it's my great pleasure to join you here in Wuhan City to experience Tianma's leapfrog in optoelectronics. And Wuhan is definitely a city of innovation. Not only it has the foundation for industry, but also the innovation capabilities, as well as new quality development forces. This aligns with Tianma's 4 decades of development of innovation. Right now, across the globe, in terms of display industry, it is ushering profound changes with advanced technologies of AI and so on. AI plus display screen has become a major trend and driver for growth of the industry. Enable display technology not only just digits or information, but more importantly, sensible, thinkable, and interactive windows. And the industry has evolved from hardware producing to an upgrading and transformative ecosystem. And as a major pioneer in this field, Tianma is one of the enterprises in China that started their development in display field. And for the past 40 years, it has adhered to innovation that's starting from LTPS and L silicon and now to AMOLED, and also to other techniques and technologies. It has built its own technology system and at the same time keeping with their innovative strength, and so helped China to break through the bottlenecks we're facing. And in the flexible OLED and mini LED and micro LED, together with other innovative and novel displays, that Tianma has become a frontier in all this field. And today, as one of the scholars in China, I anticipate and I'm very much looking forward to more breakthroughs on the technology front from Tianma. And also, I hope that such technology can be applied into different scenarios and bring in better life to our people. Though there are several display technologies from China are world leading, but with the development of artificial intelligence as well as how it is integrated with the internet technologies and other technologies, there are new demands and new trends in the market that require us to reiterate ourselves and so to improve our global competitiveness. And I hope that Tianma could still work on the innovation, at the same time expand its application and work with both upstream and downstream partners, and especially an integration and collaboration between industry, research institutes, and universities, and so to achieve a high-quality sustainable development. And finally, I would like to thank all our distinguished guests. Thank you for your support and care along the way, and I wish this conference a complete success and hope you enjoy your stay here in Wuhan. Thank you. Thank you very much, academician Ouyang. Thank you for this very visionary remarks. And the prosperity of the industry requires the guidance of the industry association. So now I would like to invite onto the stage Mr. Liang Xinxin, Executive Vice Chair and Secretary General of the Liquid Crystal Branch of the China Optics and Optoelectronics Manufacturers Association. Honorable Academician Ouyang and Secretary General Shen and President Chen, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon.
It is my pleasure to come to Wuhan again for the Tianma Technology Innovation Conference 2025. Today, China's display industry has transformed itself from a player that are trying to catching up with other competitors and now to leading the race. Now our market ratio has exceeded 50%. It's precisely 55%, ranking number 1 in the world, which means that every 2 displays sold in the world, one of them, or at least one of them, was manufactured in China. And another thing about this pioneer position is not to depend on labor-intensive ways, but we have transformed our competition from merely scale competition to a value-based competition. And so our innovation is driven by scenarios as well as technologies, which is echoed in today's theme, Visionary Innovation, New Frontier. On one hand, we're seeing that Chinese display enterprises with Tianma as a representative has been expanding the boundaries of technology, at the same time building and improving IP system and on different platforms, and at the same time reiterate and upgrade its technologies. On the other hand, with the development of artificial intelligence and internet as well as metaverse, and we are seeing and improving the boundaries of human-machine interaction. The Tianma technology as a pioneer and trailblazer of display industry has been deeply rooted in innovation for the past 40 years, and in critical fields such as automotive display and flexible display and OLED has always been leading the industry and has empowered and benefited many industries and has contributed major force to China's development. Currently, digital economy and artificial intelligence are reshaping the world supply and industry chain. And so to achieve high-quality development, we need the concerted efforts from each and individual enterprises at the same time, their coordination and cooperation. So by building the platform like the platform we're having today can better facilitate the cooperation and coordination among upstream and downstream players, and also to better integrate industry with research institutes and universities and achieve high-quality development. I'm very much looking forward to future cooperation as well as the shared understanding and consensus we are going to reach at this conference, and so we can build an ecosystem that is open, inclusive and sustainable, and so that we can write a brand new chapter of this industry. Finally, I wish this conference a complete success, and I wish our distinguished guests good health and all the best. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Liang. And thank you for this wonderful remark. And also, I would like to thank our industry association officials. Thank you for your support and care along the way. And this support will carry us forward. Based in the present, we are looking into the future. And now I would like to give the floor to the chair of Tianma Technology, Cheng Wei, to give us an opening remark as well as a keynote speech integrating artificial intelligence power and consolidate our global leadership. Honorable Academician Ou Yang and Secretary General Shen and Director General Xiao and Professor Lars and Secretary General Hong Jianfeng, distinguished guests of government officials and colleagues, good afternoon. Today, we're here for this conference themed in innovation. In last year's TIC, that we have launched an initiative that we have rooted our development in display and for self-innovation, and we are developing globally, and at the same time we have never forgot about our root. And over past 40 years, such a perseverance has transformed us from a very small display manufacturer to one of the world leading players. And so these words on the screen right now, that is integrating the power of artificial intelligence and facilitate our global competition. And we believe this is our commitment made for the next 10 years. And now through this innovation, and let's unlock our new driving force for innovation. 2025 is about to end, and in the first 3 quarters, we have achieved 26.7 billion revenue, 11% year-on-year growth with enhanced profitability. All our product lines have achieved great development, and our screen and mobile phone display has been growing steadily, and automotive display grown by 23.5%, and our automotive electronics have undergone ups and downs in the past 10 years, have achieved finally a 56.3%, one of our key drivers. And our professional display and wellness and healthcare have achieved 24.7% and 40.5% growth, respectively. And so our position as a world leader in display has been reinforced and consolidated. Flexible display is, in terms of our shipment, ranked number 2 in the world, number 2, and our dashboard ranks number 1. And also onboard display ranks number 1, and HUD number 1 in the world. And also such pioneer positions can never be possible without technological innovation, as well as our development in terms of our products, as well as several driving forces. One is that our marketing branches all over the world can develop a customized and individualized solutions for our clients, and so to improve our market share. On the other hand, our research and development centers in different countries and areas are being built. Let's see, our 17, 18, 19, and 20 series are being improved. And also in these in Japan, and our site has realized a differentiated competition, and our projects in Southeast Asia has also been progressing steadily. And with this, our overall revenue has increased by 11%. At the same time, we have built a system and an entire industry chain that covers research and development, marketing and manufacturing, and as well as the customer service. And of course, all such achievements can never be possible without our global strategy. And our strategy, it could be coined as 2 + 1 + N. 2 means our mobile phone display and onboard display, and here 1 means IT business lines as one of our key business drivers. And at the same time, we are integrated with several scenarios such as wellness, healthcare, and so to achieve a stable development, at the same time a sustainable and high quality one. So our goals are very clear, that we are going to challenge ourselves to be the number 3 in the world in terms of a mobile phone display, and the second place in terms of IT display, and number 1 in terms of automotive display, and number 1 in terms of professional display. We want to build another 2 Tianma, which means we're going to double our development in the next few years. In the past 42 years of development, we have coined our innovation strategy, that is a scenario as the driver, and we use co-creation as the wings of ourselves, with research and development as our foundation, and with our cultivation and concerted efforts as the way ahead. And so we are exploring and expanding different scenarios of application and using co-creation with our partners as the wings of flying. And with the research and development, we are going to make continuous and concerted efforts. And these are the reasons why we have made ourselves into one of the pioneers in this field. Then, of course, with the development of artificial intelligence, our display plus AI have realized a 2 plus 1 plus n, and we have improved both in quantity and in quality. In terms of scenarios, our 2 plus 1 plus n has upgraded into intelligent terminals and at the mobile display side, the screen or the display can be adaptable with the users, and so artificial intelligence can sense the users and the environment and also be adaptable to the interaction. And our automobile display has also transformed from a single and a fixed one to an artificial intelligence terminal and to be part of the cockpit ecosystem and become an important part of human and of the human automotive integration and interaction. And also it can better transform and transition between different functions. And also we are using our IT display that's transforming it from a simple terminal to an assistant to artificial intelligence, and several scenario parameters are deployed, and so to improve the efficiency. And also here, our N has realized several progress, and in terms of wellness and healthcare.
Providing new values for all areas in terms of the whole industry chain, AI is deeply integrated in R&D, production, supply chain, customer service, and all elements, realizing innovation, more efficiency, production, more controllable, system, more agile, service, more consistent. Let's take a look at some case studies for smartphones. It involved through experiences. This kind of eye-caring, transparent, long use time has become inherent needs of our customers. With the advent of AI, there are more scenarios for AI, videos, texts, and before bedtime, TikTok. Customers and screens spend more and more time together. Eye-caring has become a major concern. For families, for yourself, this is the major issue we're concerned about. For this, Tianma with our leading clients have integrated our technologies and established the Tiangong display, OneNet Ultra Dim eye-caring technology with 3 core innovations to provide solutions for our customers, particularly during nighttime use. The traditional display are quite detrimental to the eye. The pictures can be lost, details as well, and there will be blue light, resulting in dry eyes, swollenness, and so on, as well as degradation of eyesight. With Tiangong display from the bottom technologies providing better services and experiences, first of all, we have launched new Ultra Dim precision control in order to reduce the lightness of the screen, to make sure it's clear, reliable from the very source to reduce the stinginess of the eye. We're also using custom-made gamma solution for fine-tuning in order to optimize the result, enable this kind of screen to be fine, transparent. More importantly, in terms of the material, there is a blue light filtration through this kind of light generation material in order to reduce the harmful blue light, to use this kind of stable technology to protect your eyes, enable customers to be at ease while using the screen. AI is also expanding scenarios, so eye-caring is very important. The Tiangong display innovation is targeting this need of our customers using gamma adjustment plus filtration of blue light to realize multi-scenario application of the display while it's clear and eye-catching. Now, I think many guests joining us are driving, and the automobile has also shifted to experience era. Highly reliable, multiple scenarios have become intrinsic needs. And smart cockpit scenarios are placing higher demand. Not only has to be applicable, but also high precision, are highly reliable, and become an integration standard of the industry. For this, Tianma, through years of development, collaborating with BMW to establish high precision, diamond shape display screen using technology to make major breakthroughs. This program is rather challenging. According to our customer, the precision has to be in a different shape, and it has to be able to use 3 colors, and more importantly, it has to be seamless. The BMW reliability test has to be passed as well. No other players in the field can do this back then. But Tianma, from design for technical development, we have made all major breakthroughs. First of all, in terms of the screen, it has been compressed about 40%. Altogether, with 1 millimeter technology development for this kind of screen, from 11.5 to 90 millimeters, realizing this kind of particular screen design. Another scenario is really provide comfort for the driver. For the BMW screen, this is what we call a cone-shaped development of the display, which is tilting about 17.5 degrees to the driver, and altogether with this kind of full screen display, really to benefit the experience of the driver. All the core data in HOD have been shared. The expansion scenarios are also available here, realizing that you are able to drive without your attention focusing all on the screen, but assistance provided by the screen. The reliable test of BMW has also been passed through rounds of design upgrade. This particular smart cockpit scenario display screen is launched. As the upgrade of scenarios, but the reliability of the screen and display remain the same. For this diamond shape screen, it is addressing this particular need using compression plus human and machine interaction and highly reliable performance to really realize this particular goal. Not only meeting the needs of the cockpit, but also be using different intelligent scenarios, safeguarding the security of the driver. Meanwhile, we can see that AI is bringing PC profound changes as well. In the algorithm age, it is reshaping office as well as daily lives. And in terms of upgrade of algorithm, it has driven more experiences needs as well. Seamless interaction, low energy consumption. Portable has become a major need for our customers. Not only it has to support AI, generative content, but also it has to be usable at a touch and also available at any time for use. This has become another major problem faced by the industry. And for this, Tianma is collaborating with our partners for in-cell touch LTPS, which is a cross-discipline approach in R&D and ensuring better experience of the ThinkPad AI PC. AI PC ThinkPad has really larger demand in terms of integration of algorithm, computability, low energy consumption, but also in-cell touch. It is also compatible with a compact design to its core abilities. Total innovation. First of all, technology innovation. Tianma is using TDDI of smartphones on TPS and B to establish in-cell touch TPS solution enable the touch display as well as the screen display becoming more agile and convenient, and using up full structure to be integrated using the innovated independent SE as one to optimize the energy consumption as well as the signal efficiency, reducing the space taken, contributing to more compact design. In this way, this integrated design using IC and sleek pattern has reduced the module energy consumption, supporting high computability and long-time use, but also retained its fine texture compatible with the compact design. AI PC's computing revolution has generated new experiences for our customers, and the core is to provide more efficiency for office work creation. This kind of new product with high efficiency, sleeker design, Tianma LTPS has really targeted this need using cross-disciplinary research, providing integrated products for ThinkPad AI PC. With markets for we also have wellness and health. Tianma is not only providing but also in our everyday life and health, contributing more to create more and bring more value for our customers. With more refinement of health, Tianma has noticed data has to be visible as well as using AI technology to input your data. Not only it has to clearly define the key data, but also has to be compatible with AI technologies, has become a major concern of our customers. For this, Tianma has joined hands with Garmin and other brands, using professional display technology to establish this kind of solutions for different scenarios. First of all, in sports, high precision display is carrying data for exercise using Gamma watch and using precision display, high readable display to really define major features of cardiovascular functions, your exercise, your RPM, and so on, provide more steady and reliable support, enable the customers to understand their exercise records, and more important, using health scenarios. This high precision display can really provide better diagnosis when remote health is needed. We also have new technologies for AI disease treatment diagnosis, multimodal diagnosis, this function to provide the most optimum result for diagnosis. For health scenarios, they are increasing, but precision data as well as compatibility AI are always an urgent need. For Tianma's display plan, it really targets this particular need with our professional display technology, health, exercise, and so on. And today, the next generation of automobile have been displayed, including micro LED. Looking at Tianma, will provide multiple technologies to showcase the future. The future, transparent or giant screen are going to replace the traditional dashboard. This kind of light adjusting windows can really protect people's privacy and avoid any confusion. And in terms of business and home appliances, this technology through its high lighting and high precision picture can ensure everything is clear with details. And the PID technology has the big advantage, which can be seamlessly connected with others beyond your imagination. Meanwhile, AI is bringing changes of scenarios. AI is also reshaping Tianma, throughout which AI has reshaped our customers, products, supply chain, and manufacturing. In terms of customer service, AI wants to become a display expert who understands you. AI plus customer whole cycle service system. Service collaboration has shifted from passive response to a more active response with transparency and insights. With one touch of a button, all the solutions are provided immediately. With AI, all the trend of the industry and intelligent solutions are also provided. All the transaction market are 100% transparent, shifting from consultancy to prediction and anticipation of customer needs. In terms of R&D, Tianma aims to become a more intelligent designer and also co-create the industry ecology. The traditional R&D takes a longer time, which is a limitation for innovation. Tianma is using AI to recreate this kind of ecosystem with all parameters and virtual reality to achieve of the different enhancing the AI assisted design. Supply chain. I think you have experienced our change as well. Our partner from Southeast Asia, for example, resilient system to be established and quickly sense this kind of resilience. AI enable the supply chain like a spider web to be more resilient and interconnected, and the response to customers can be shortened from days to several minutes. And the risk anticipation can also be really preloaded. So for any fluctuation, we're able to understand it at the first time and also enhance resilience.
做制造这么多，大家都说制造是一个苦活、累活，但在天马，我们决定立志作为，让天马制造更简单，实现生产及最优的目标。智能制造追求高效、品质、柔性的兼顾。天马以 AI 打造智能产线孪生的决策模型，数字产线和物理产线融合优化工艺。 柔性智能产线适配多品种的需求，同时我们坚守绿色、人文的理念，实现客户合作流畅、员工工作简单、产品品。
We are factoring to a humanistic view, and so to make sure the efficiency is improved. And looking back at our 42 years of history, and our innovation culture can be coined and summarized as nothing impossible. And we are trying to use innovation to find and to venture into areas that are unknown. I can give you an example that is in the past few years, while we are breaking the bottleneck and in challenging in terms of the patching of different smaller screens, and there is always a 20% differences of the different screens, and it may because that the even that under the screen, and our suppliers even suggested us to give up on this because this is something that is really difficult to tackle, but we did not give up. Our research and development person has worked on several months and have sorted out 3 years of optical data and filtered out key materials, and our engineers has added of see the marginal brightness complement, and so that is what we see today. So to make sure brightness is stable and steady 99% of the time. So this is pretty much our spirit. So when there is when there is a bottleneck, when there's a challenge, we're trying to, through efforts and through hard work, and to make breakthroughs and to attack such challenge head on. This is not blind. our innovation, and we build our efforts based on our whole industry chain coordination. And so we have been working with our material suppliers and to improve the efficiency and quality of the LED diode. And also we have worked with other partners, and so to make sure the idea could be translated into actual reality. And so we are trying to build a network and working with our partners to innovate together and to build this spider web together, and so to make breakthroughs not just for the entire industry. And this September we launched the Tianma and term borrowed from with LED patch as well as this transparent display. Every detail is put into test by our market and users, and not if it is not our end. We are still working on it. In the future, these screens come and display will become a terminal in cockpit, so on our cell phone, and so to sense these different operations as well as better integrate and coordinate among different devices and realize an intelligent maneuver, so to improve the efficiency of both working and designing, and so to unleash more possibilities. And so with our 42 years of dedication to display and to micro LEDs and breakthroughs, and we're working with our partners and firmly believe that the value of technology lies not just rising up to challenges, but that innovation be applied to scenarios and all in the future scenario, and using display as a medium to connect more imaginative possibilities, and working with our partners continue to blaze trails in display field. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Chen, for this very insightful and exciting keynote speech. So just now, Mr. Chen has outlined Tianma's future, that is AI power, which means that Tianma will not only integrate AI into their chain from material research and development, product design, smart manufacturing, but also going to use AI as a driving force, as an engine to consolidate their position in the global competitive field. And so that is not a distant concept, but a driving force for Tianma to a foundation, enhance product and only demonstrate and courage, and so that the leadership of Tianma will be a more resilient, intelligent, sustainable, and more dynamic one by AI. Distinguished guests, technology knows no border. Today, we are very honored to have invited an international scholar, so I would like to invite onto the stage Professor Lars Samuelsson, academic of the Royal Swedish Academy of Engineering Sciences, Foreign Academician of Chinese Academy of Sciences, Chair Professor of Southern University of Science and Technology, and Dean of the Institute of Nanoscience Application, and to deliver a keynote presentation on the topic Challenges and Opportunities of Micro LEDs Go Nano.
Distinguished leaders, colleague academicians, experts, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back in Wuhan, also with this occasion with a tremendously impressive and innovative company like Tianma. So I'm going to talk about some of the things that happen, both as opportunities and challenges, when, for technology reasons, you need to go to very, very small dimensions of your devices. So I called it challenges and opportunities when micro-LEDs go nano, meaning they go below micron. So I am Lars Emilsson from Sweden originally, 4 years ago moving to Shenzhen, where I'm now chair professor and also institute leader. In Lund, I was primarily, of course, in Lund University. I was leading Europe's largest center for nanoscience. I was also chairman of a company, and still am, no, not chairman, I'm the founder and the chief scientist of this company. And now I'm with SUSTEC. So, let that go away. I had a meeting with this guy, Santa Claus, and I said, what can Santa Claus possibly bring to us for Christmas this year, if we have been well-behaved kids? Well, for instance, we could get native, non-color converted micro-LEDs with PPI levels, say from 500 to 10,000. We can hope to get extremely high brightnesses, 1,000 nits, all the way up to even beyond 1,000,000 nits. We could hope to be able to do monolithic integration on silicon-based CMOS, fully compatible with 8 and 12-inch silicon technology. Really be able to get these devices to function very well at current densities in the scale of 10 to 1,000 amps per centimeter square, maybe in many cases like 50 to 200 amps per centimeter square. We want to have external quantum efficiencies more than 10% for each red, green, and blue, and we want this to function for micrometer-sized pixels. Now, we are putting a lot of demands on Santa Claus. It might be very difficult. Finally, ideally, we want to have a monolithic integration of all 3 colors directly on the same epi-wafers, which would solve many of the problems with the display technology. And I claim that this is only possible by doing everything in nitride materials, indium gallium nitride. So, I come from Sweden, as I said, come from Lund University. See if this now, the laser doesn't work. Some of you might have visited my hometown, neighboring to the city of Lund, Malmö, where I was one of the co-chairs for the big nitride conference, ICNS, International Conference on Nitride Semiconductors, with the 900 people. The largest national participation was China, with over 130 people coming to Malmö. It was very, very nice. I felt very happy about that. You can see this picture is not just something I found on the web, but it's sort of a connection from Sweden in Northern Europe down to Shenzhen in southern China. So I'm now at SUSTEC, as we said, so I'm talking about bringing this technology all the way to China. So I'm leading this effort at SUSTEC, where we're working intensively on areas like technology platforms, developing advanced crystal growth, a lot of advanced characterization. We also do the science and applications, ranging from, I'm a physicist, from fundamental condensed matter physics, all the way to display technologies. So that's really the area we're in. So I also got a key laboratory for deep sub-wavelength scale photonics, where we have phenomenal systems for instance, for cathodoluminescence. We have probably the sharpest cathodoluminescence system in the world, down to even helium temperatures, picosecond spectroscopy, and we also have probes so we can compare cathodoluminescence with electroluminescence, which I think is quite unique. Over there you see also the resources we have in the same laboratory for nano-photoluminescence and nano-Raman with these very fancy system, brings us down to below 2 Kelvin and up to 9 Tesla. We can do really phenomenal photonics there. We also have just waiting for Santa Claus to come back, because in December I expect to get these 2 MOCVD systems delivered. So we will have one system that is dedicated for indium gallium nitride micro-LEDs and one for exploratory nanomaterial science and for physics and electronics and all kinds of interesting applications. Also right now moving into this fancy building on campus at Sussex. So I'm in the middle of expanding this. These are just the recruits that have come in the last 18 months. A number of full professors, junior professors, and very many key people. And of course, at least as many PhD students now working with me at Sussex. So, nanomaterial science. This is something that goes way back to, in the 60s, people looked at way to grow very small crystal structures called whiskers. This was millimeter scale technology from the beginning, but through work done by this important person, Kenya Hiruma, who was one of the leading scientists at Hitachi Central Research Lab, I was a guest professor in Tokyo in the mid-90s, and I was very impressed by what he was doing. So when I came back, end of the 90s, I started MOCVD-based nanowire research. You can say that in the late 90s, these three groups, Charles Lieber at Harvard University, well known here for various reasons, Peidong Yang at Berkeley, and my group at Lund University became maybe the three pioneering groups doing this. So we did a lot of, fundamental materials research. Don't bother about the details. We had a lot of fun understanding how crystals grow, which understanding is still the best basis for technology development. So all this developed into real technologies for LEDs, visible light emitters, new ways in material science to produce nanowire materials. It was a paper from Nature. Over there is a science paper where we showed how you can make very efficient solar cells based on nanowires. That's not what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about what you see over to the right, namely how I, together with a very bright postdoc from Nanjing University, from the physics department in Nanjing, Shosha B, who is still working together with me, we developed the first gallium nitride nanowire functioning systems and devices. You can see that we can grow, even if you're growing on very low quality gallium nitride on silicon, for instance, with many dislocations, by having small growth mask openings, we form crystals that are absolutely dislocation-free, very, very perfect. And on those, we can then grow radially the actual device structures. Yeah, and that's what you see here. Sorry, there's a lot of things that look in different directions. So this is a device structures that we pioneered, and we brought that to a company in Lund called GLO, GLO, which became one of the leading tech companies 5-10 years ago. So we're growing a core of N-type gallium nitride and then the radial heterostructures for the whole device structures. You can see also the SEM image. So this actually was created in Lund, and around 2011, it was brought from Lund in Sweden to Sunnyvale in Silicon Valley, while we kept the advanced research in Lund, but all the systems development over there. I can say that 3-4 years ago, my company GLO was acquired by NanoSys, and the technology goes on in other circumstances. Anyone who wants to read the papers about this, about the GLO story, can see over here. So GLO was the first company that made in one and the same indium gallium nitride technology, both blue, green, and red, and could make this type complete display devices. We had a very advanced technology for laser-based transfer onto either silicon CMOS backplanes or to low-temperature polysilicon backplane. And as I said, 3-4 years ago, it was bought up, acquired by NanoSys. So I'm going to talk about micro-LEDs. Micro-LEDs really started with these efforts at Kentucky State University. It was the professors Jin and Jiang around 2000 that showed that one could actually etch out pillars out of conventional multi-layer structures and actually create, in their cases, down to 5 micrometer sized micro-LEDs. And this, of course, has created a big industry, as everyone in this room knows probably better than I do. So what this is all about is, if you look over here, it is, of course, to go down to smaller and smaller sizes. all the way smartphones, augmented reality, at least below 2 micrometers, there's a lot of challenges. One of the challenges is, of course, to maintain high efficiency. And you can see in the next slides that the high efficiency issue has to do with dimensions very much, but also with choice of materials you're working with. So here is, I think there's no problem to go down to small dimensions for blue, quite okay for green, but there's a big issue. There's a big issue with the red. Also here we had issues with the red, but we compensated that for every pixel to have 1 blue, 1 green, and 2 red. That compensated a bit for the problem of doing deficient red. So what can we do? We know what the issue is when you try to do nitride-based INGAN, nitride-based red. And you see the problem down here. If you think of making a blue Cornwell LED on gallium nitride substrate, you have a fairly small lattice mismatch, 1.6%, so blue can be done very efficiently. I was part of the Swedish Academy of Sciences that gave the Nobel Prize 2014 to the 3 Japanese gentlemen, Nagasaki, Yamano, and Nakamura. That works perfectly fine. You have up to 75–80% efficiency. Green is also fine. The lattice mismatch is there, 2.7, as you can see. But for the red, you are really way up to close to 4%, and you get very, very much issues with defects. You get strong polarization effects, and you get these quantum-confined Stark effects that I will not explain, but they put limits to the performance. The other big issue is that of, if you do top-down processing, you're etching down these small pillars, which means that if you have surface states that are very serious for the optical properties, electric and optical properties, you might be left only with a very small fraction of your surface that is not affected by these defects. So as you see over there, you have to reduce the lattice mismatch between the substrate and the device layers, and you need to limit the top-down processing effects to a minimum. And ideally, you want to go for a bottom-up technology. So I say three approaches to this, 4 approaches to this. The first one is to see if you can find a substrate that allows you to grow indium gallium nitride with little defects. And there is such a case. This has been published by several groups. This rather unusual material, scandium, aluminum, magnesium oxide. On top of that, you can grow 17% indium gallium nitride without defects. And on top of that, you can also do good red. Now, the silicon industry isn't extremely happy about this complicated scandium, aluminum, magnesium oxide, so maybe it will not be the industry's choice at the end. You can also think of finding a way to get the substrate to comply and give in to a higher indium composition. And that was really developed by the people at University of California, Santa Barbara, Umesh Mishra and Stasha Keller as the crystal grower. They showed that they could grow an heavily n-doped layer of gallium nitride, and that they could porosify by porosification chemistry. And then that makes the top strain layer, as you see in the A figure, and the second one is relaxed, and on top of that you can then grow more indium-rich material. Also, they have demonstrated that you can do red. It might not be ideally for upscaling, but it's one of the interesting technology. So now I think come to one that is very serious contender in this. And this is the opportunity to grow under conditions where the lattice strain can relax. And that's, we heard this morning also people talking about the nanowires. So I think this has been very much pioneered by the team of Tianma at the Michigan State University, but also in China and different places this goes on. The weakness with this is that for this to function in nitrides, you have to grow by MBE. Everyone here knows that MOCVD is easily upscalable for production. MBE is not quite as easy to get into production. But people are working on that, both at the university, as I said, at this company, NS Nanotech in US, and Alidia in France. They're trying to make this happen, but with a combination of MBE. So I get to my contribution to this technology, develop ways to form a relaxed indium gallium nitride substrate to replace gallium nitride. And what I've done the last 6-7 years is to see how you can replace gallium nitride by indium gallium nitride and have that fully relaxed up to 20% indium. And the way we do that via planarization of indium gallium nitride pyramids, maybe getting too much into the details. But with this, you can use the same materials for all three colors, and optimally they are self-passivated by bottom-up techniques, and they are highly efficient, more than 60% internal quantum efficiency. So this, of course, has to do with now by replacing gallium nitride as a substrate by, say, 10% indium or 20% indium, you get the same lattice mismatch, and we have this perfect two quantum wells on gallium nitride. So that's what we're doing. You can see an example here. Over there, you see we're growing these pyramids, the green ones in the bottom middle, and then we cut them down to very thin layers, and then we can grow a fully relaxed indium gallium nitride thin film, on top of which then we can grow the active quantum wells. You see examples of 10% indium, 18% indium in these template layers that we grow on, as replacing gallium nitride as a substrate. So here you can see what we're up to. We are making now both blue, green, and red with the same technology. With over there, the efficiency, internal quantum efficiency, going beyond 60%, probably going even further. That was limited by the system when we did these studies, and we have very nice performance. So I will conclude by a couple of minutes, I think I have, 2-3 minutes, about a company that I'm also the founder. I mentioned that in the introduction, called Hexagen, that is working in Lund, but also with collaborations also with Chinese companies, Chinese universities. So we developed this bottom-up gallium nitride technology for ultra-high brightness, red, green, and blue emitting micro LEDs. This is a team, Mikael Björk, who is the CEO, very experienced people in the management team. And me interested is the three technical leads. I'm interested to know that all 6 of them are PhDs in physics or physics and electrical engineering. So that I think is the name of the game. So Hexagen is approaching 2 technology areas, application areas. One is the display market, obviously, which we're primarily talking about here, but also the optical interconnects, which has been pioneered very much by Avi Chela in Norway. And I can reveal to you that they are using the same facility, the same technology that we have for in San Diego. It's the same lab. All right, so right now we have which is really providing deep red micro LEDs. You can see that the color quality is maintained extremely high. Color purity, 97% up to 1,000 amps per centimeter square. We have, just without any efforts into light outcoupling, we have 2-3% of efficiency, just as it is. I would say if we do some efforts to couple out light, we are most likely going to be immediately 10% efficiency, and I think this can be pushed to 20% efficiency. So we're talking about 20% efficiency for blue, green, and red, sub-micron sized micro nano LEDs. And with that, I get to the very conclusion. So these are the supporting agencies that made all of this happen. We've been working on this for, as I said, 7 years now. And I want to thank them, and I want to thank you for the attention. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, today we gather here for expertise, sharing with us a lot of insights. And we've listened to the wonderful remark from officials and scientists. When display meets AI, what sparks will fly? Next, let's invite Principal Engineer of Pengcheng Lab and Kunpeng leading talent to interpret from AI computing power to super intelligence. Mr. Dai Jingquan, the floor is yours. Distinguished officials, experts, good afternoon. I'd like to say thank you for Tianma for inviting me. And now, in the next 20 minutes, I will share with you some of the AI computing ability as well as the super intelligence. First, how to make us stronger while using intelligence. Second, how to construct more efficient and broader computility. These two questions are highly complementary. In a sense, in terms of computing development, it has driven intelligence development. Intelligence development has increased demand for computing. If we review in the past decade, for the latest AI revolution, I do think there are 3 or 2.5 AI milestones or iPhone moments which are overhauling technology at its critical point. First of all, 2012, AlphaNext has won the championship in ImageNet. Before this, for computer vision in terms of traditional algorithm, it is based on many features plus classifications. But in 2012, AlphaNext, based on neural network algorithm, it is using empty net, traditional computer vision, and reducing its failure rate from 26% to 15%. This is the very first time it enables everyone to understand this deep neural network and deep learning in this imaging visionary industry has great potential. When I say 2.5 iPhone moment, the other one is AlphaGo. A victory against Li Shisheng. That means deep learning has integrated into AI and bringing them into the public eyes.
And the last iPhone moment is in 2022 when OpenAI launched the ChatGPT service, and it's for the first time that we know that how large language model that with the transformer as its basis can be applied and can be of significant meaning and play significant role in many fields, and what kind of inspiration and implication does it bring? Today, there are still debates concerning AI. Does AI equal deep learning or large language model? But actually, at that moment and today, deep learning or large language model and the algorithm that's based on them is to build a more efficient field as well as more efficient development, and therefore industry and academic research circles and have reached a consensus. And once they have reached a consensus, it has driven the development of such technology that starting from the convoluted neural network and now to this large language model today. And starting from 2022 to this year, and in less than 3 years, this large language model, regardless of a new technology or new algorithm or new architecture or our new understanding of the large language model, have all evolved. And one of the very important understanding of large model is its scaling law. And you must have heard of the training scaling law and our deduction scaling law or the reinforced learning scaling law. And it's quite easy to understand if we look at this graph in the left. On the left is the training scaling law, and here on the x-axis here represent the growth of data, and here it's a logs. And it means that with each scale, it means a times 10 development. And the y-axis here means that the lower it is, means the more accurate the model is. So during training, when you input more computing power and more parameters, its accuracy could improve, its precision can improve. And so this is a training scaling law. And then during this reasoning or during this deduction, whether it's a search or reiteration or deep thinking or the logical reasoning, when more computing power is inputted, its accuracy will also increase. And now, regardless, no matter it's a logic deduction or logic inference model or the model, and when we're developing the reinforced learning scaling law, that we observed a similar rule behind that. That is, with an increase of the hash rate or the computing power and their efficiency is increased. And such has brought us some inspirational implication. And here I would like to quote a award receiver of Turing, Richard Sutton. And this is, and also he launched a bitter lesson. And one of the implications that he had from this is that based on the development and of the past 70 years of AI research, is that general methods that leverage computation are ultimately the most effective and by a large margin, because at the very early stage that we're trying to distill or extract human attributes. But if we put it in a longer time scale, looking at the development of the past decades, then we found out that the generic or the general methods and such general methods that can leverage computation are the ones that can ultimately be most effective. So we are talking about the scaling law of large model. That such model is the one that can utilize such a scaling law and also can achieve the most efficient computation. And of course, by saying this, there is still a question that people are asking: is large language model intelligent, or can they be equal to each other? Because a large language model is just to predict the next token. When you interact with the large language model, they predict the next character, and using such a character to predict the next one. So large language model is largely predicting the next token. And of course, there are different explanations and interpretations. And OpenAI actually delivered a quite interesting speech that is press as intelligence, and which means that when there is a big data and we want to compress them, then this compress ratio, the smaller the ratio is, the more accurate it is. And so now, for example, with numbers like 1, 3, 2, 5, 8, and when I put this in here, and if you know the Olympic method, then you will know. You can observe the rule behind these numbers. And here OpenAI is using an informational way or computational way to observe and to compress such data without any without any issues. And so, for example, with a 70B lambda model, it could be compressed by 14 times, and it's twice higher than the current methodology we have. And so this is one possible explanation. And if you're interested, you can refer to this speech. And of course, there are different explanations, but actually, in reality, that a large language model proved to be limited in many fields. So what we're trying to do is to improve the intelligence and wisdom of large language model, whether it's a reasoning chain or to form a deep thinking model, and so that we can help model to better utilize different tools and also to do better planning. And so what we need to do is that, this large language model an intelligent one? And is large language model the practitioner of the beta lesson that I just talked about? And Richard Sutton, the person that I just quoted, proposed several days ago that large language model has sometimes is not that different, is not that similar to the beta lesson, because when you have used up all the data, then how are you going to do retraining, observation, monitoring, debugging, adjustment? You need artificially integrated data. Then, to a certain sense, it is reliant on human intervention and the level and the technique of human intervention. Then, in the past 2 to 3 years, in this field, in terms of its engineering and in terms of engineering, their development have improved the efficiency of large language model. And a large language model is based on transformer architecture. On the left-hand side is the calculation and the computation map of a transformer. And what we can understand it from this is that our transformer model at a different computation stage, whether it's a prediction or with the different stages, it has requires on the bandwidth, on the interconnectivity, as well as other hardwares. It has placed a huge requirement, high requirement on this. And in this process, the large language model computation are important in two senses. One is how can we improve the efficiency of computation? One is we understand that DeepSeek earlier this year, in its newly published model, it has launched MLE and MLA and MOA. And the essence of such an upgrade is to improve the computation efficiency without compromising the model capacity. Another thing is marginal inference. That is, how can we deploy this model to the margins, and so there's a low bit and the building of small language model. Certainly important to improve this marginal inference. And another thing is naturally, when the demand of computation exceeds our single model, how can we expand our computation so that we can put them in parallel or in connection, like how can we better expand it? And of course, there are technologies launched. Another important thing is how can domestically developed artificial intelligence computation support this entire system, and so the entire software ecosystem. How can we better develop such system, and so that our developers, our programmers can do development and innovation on our domestic platform, and also these heterogeneous machines and computations and models, how can they be better coordinated? And today, on many complicated issues, large language model still hasn't delivered the best possible results yet. And so we are trying to utilize not just one large model, but to use it in combination with other models, and so to build a compound AI system, and so it's more intelligent and more efficient. And like the RAG system that we discussed repeatedly in the past few years, which has a better effect on professional knowledge, and now today with agentic AI, that is with sensing and with perception and with the dynamic integration of several functions, it has exerted its ability to explore results based on its own. But of course, there are still challenges and limitations, and to improve the capacity of agentic AI, that we need to do better in terms of large model planning, and to address the issues such as how it can better extract tools and do coding. And because currently the large model is not doing a very good job in this front, and they're doing a good job coding, but not so much in terms of retrieving these different tools. And also, if we want a large language model to do a long-term task planning, then it's not doing a very good job. But if we can back the decision made by human, then it can help the model yield better results. But all such developments has raised a new requirement on its underlying architecture and computation. We're not just optimizing single demands or requirements, but an end-to-end optimization, and including the token consumption. And so a very complicated smart system, it can consume millions or even 10 millions of tokens. And so when it needs to plan long-term and in a long-term base and how to manage it, we need more RAM, and also how such agentic AI can better facilitate the development. We need enhanced or reinforced learning, and if we want to realize an interaction between intelligent world and the physical world, then we need to realize a coordination among cloud and terminal, and this has raised new challenges to this field. And speaking of this, development of a big large language model or to agentic AI, can it bring a super intelligent tomorrow? Which means that in all the humanly perceivable area, it can produce higher intelligence than human scientists.
From the development of large language models to multimodal models to construct world models or physical AI models as new forms of models, to embodiment AI, how to more efficiently plan and output the complex system. What is most mentioning is the new learning model. We know for large models, in terms of training, augmented learning, basically speaking, in terms of design, it is a learning process. While designing the model, you train it. And while operation, deployment, basically the remain changed. But today, as a matter of fact, for many of the learning patterns, there are new pathways. For example, in terms of programming AI agents, it will dynamically, according to feedback from human beings, to deliver adjustments or fine-tuning, and at real time to adjust its learning strategy. Is it possible through the connection and dynamic interaction with the real world, based on the accumulation of experiences and interaction, to learn your algorithm and strategy? This is a new way of learning. And of course, for all of this, technologies to some extent, for AI computing, it is bringing momentum or exponential growth. How to begin from AI computing to better support the future's super intelligence. This is a major topic worth discussing. Finally, to sum up, Perhaps you wouldn't assume. Using ChatGPT from language model from 2 or 3 years ago till now, it seems that the whole AI development from LLM to intelligent agents to super AI, it is enjoying great momentum through rapid development and its demand for computing. And the future's demand for computing, it is also increasing dramatically. Very importantly, how to, through today's Chinese-made computing power, to enhance the efficiency, build the software ecosystem, and provide more support for the ecosystem. These are the technology innovations that are the key for the future. For us in China, this is something very important. The industry, perhaps, in this area can make major breakthroughs. That concludes my sharing today. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for sharing with us. Please kindly take your seats. Aim for the stars, but keep feet firmly on the ground. Next, let's warmly invite General Manager of Tianma Microelectronics R&D Center, GM of Non-Display Business Unit, and Dean of Micro-LED Research Institute, Qin Feng. Welcome, Mr. Qin. Distinguished experts, officials, entrepreneurs, partners, good afternoon. A big welcome for you to attend the Innovation Conference of Tianma. Today is my great pleasure to join you, to share with you Tianma's practice in displays. For this particular topic, visionary innovation, new frontiers. We want to pioneer the era of ubiquitous displays in the AI age. Right now, we're at a 5G era with AI at its core. The information displays continue to evolve, and it has shifted greatly in the AI age, transform how we interact. It is accelerating and becoming an important tool for IoT, omni-multinational interaction interface, from tool to ecosystem, and becoming a very important connector between human beings and digits. For Tianma, our mission is to inspire innovation and excellence. Through our 40 years development of R&D, we stay committed to be technology-driven and combined with scenario and application-driven development to expand new borders. And this mission also has new meanings in the new era with AI and innovation to co-construct an omni-channel display industry. This is also the benefits we could bring to our partners. To realize this blueprint, the core technology strategy is dual strategic paths and multidimensional expansion. This is what we are able to do with our partners. Dual strategic paths mean application scenario innovation plus technology platform innovation. From the scenario to have gained insight of the needs of our customer in order to drive technology innovation implementation. For example, for automobile, active security interaction to home appliances, senseless intelligent experiences are our orientations for innovation. For the dual, another end is technology platform innovation, using basic technology to support scenario innovation in the real world. For example, micro-LED brings omni-screen experience for automobile. The flexible OLED can agilely be compatible to different products with multiple screens enable human beings and systems to build connection. So, needs-driven technology as a solution to form a sound cycle, as well as collaboration with our partners both upstream and downstream. We have full confidence that we can more precisely target the market in the AI age to face new challenges. Innovation cannot be achieved without technology foundation. The green, health, portable, beautiful, intelligent are cornerstones of innovation for Tianma and technology core values, as well as foundation for years of innovation. In the AI age, these 5 pillars are no longer technology accumulation, but complementary and highly integrated, sustainable, iterative, dynamic innovation system, which provides support for R&D and application of scenarios. Therefore, based on the 5 pillars, we have built 4 core technology platforms. Each platform has AI plus innovation dual gene. For example, TFT LCD technology platform for SFT is durable, intelligence, cost-effective. Combined with AI algorithms, it's going to be very precisely to be compatible with different customers' needs. SFO's platform is flexible, thin, lightweight, high contrast, using AI reiterative plan to be compatible with intelligent terminals, wearables, automotives, and so on. SFM, which is micro LED, is high brightness, high transparency, and limited dimension, can ensure through AI optimized algorithm to achieve real-time adjustment. For SF's intelligent sensor technology platform with the microwave control intelligent dimming, it is able to connect with AI sensory system, enable the system to be integrated with the scenario. More importantly, all these platforms are open and collaborative carriers, so we sincerely look forward to join hands with you to develop custom-made platforms and solutions to co-create new values. All the technologies come down to the service of people. So while developing these technologies, the source came from our insight of the AI age of human beings. First, the first space, home and leisure. We have innovation for immersive experience and meaningful connections. The core keywords here: sleek, elegant, immersive, smooth, smart, useful. For example, customers need facilities not only compatible with the decor of the room, but also highly effective connecting with other devices. And if customers need more real and natural colors, AI can use enhanced imaging to ensure the display to be dynamic and changing according to the environment automatically. All this innovation cannot be achieved without the collaboration of the upstream and downstream players, and enable us to share home and leisure display market. Second space, school and work. Here, the keywords: efficiency, comfort, and well-being. So in the school and work scenarios, customers in terms of health and energy conservation has a larger demand. So For teachers and professionals for a very long time, they use the display. It's very important to care for their eyes. For our enterprises, while in the development process, we aim for low carbon and green development to conserve energy. Therefore, we have this new technology called One Net Low Light Eye Comfort, which is enhanced clarity, zero blue light hazard, and auto adjustment, ensuring the comfort in health scenarios, which is reliable. All these breakthroughs enable us to help our partners to be more competitive in the market and enable our material suppliers to be more innovative, to commercialize their innovative technology and really integrate technology market. Now, third space, transportation and mobility. This is the most promising area for AI and display. Innovation for safety, intelligence, and human-machine interaction. In the automobile, display is no longer an information output, but a safe interaction hub. We collaborate with the industry players in automobile, from sensors chip suppliers to automobile companies, to develop intelligent interaction and sensoring solutions, for example, using AI to recognize the driver's status, enable the display screen to adjust accordingly in terms of light and content. Another example, display can be combined with the decor of the automobile to be more aesthetic. We stay committed to putting safety and reliability as the priority, because only through this way we're able to, in intelligent automobile trillion US dollars market, to share our opportunity. Out of the physical space, we have the X space, intelligent interaction. That's the AI age new sphere, untapped potential. The feature is seamless presence and multidimensional perception. You could imagine through 3D technology, remote meetings can be more real, like face-to-face. And through technologies, the display technology can understand our touch. And using technologies, we're able to break boundaries of space and time. So all such scenarios are being realized in collaboration with our partners. For example, with our micro-LED ecosystem, our partners in both upstream and downstream industries, and we have tackled the issue of a scale-up, and together with the traditional sensor manufacturers, and we have built a multi-model interactive solution, and so this X space knows no border, and our cooperation has no limits as well. Every synergy we achieved in technology can open a brand new niche in the market. So looking into the future, the integration of AI and display can breed more disruptive challenges, and also with artificial intelligence and algorithm that we can better render this displaying, and so to improve the efficiency of screens and displays. And also with artificial intelligence, it can better sense the scenario to reshape the ecosystem, and also to break the bottlenecks at the terminals, and so that there is an interaction between different terminals, and also use artificial intelligence to perceive and sense and respond to
clients' needs, and so to realize a better interaction between human and machine, and so our display can transform from a passive one to a proactive one. So of course we believe in the future this display industry will see more players, and we would never want to dominate this field, and we want to become a platform where different players can play their role and exert their influence, and so we can make and achieve bigger synergy together. And so we are trying to build a panoramic ecosystem or a ubiquitous display ecosystem, and we're working on this for past few years. In the past 5 years, we have invested 14.5 billion RMB in research and development. In the future, we are going to increase this investment into 30 billion, and this is a commitment made for our innovation and made to our partners, and also through synergy, collaboration, and incubation, we will transform such an innovation into actual practice, and we build the very first multi-platform silicon-based platform and also micro LED ecosystems, so to help our partners reduce their cost of research and development and accelerate the translation and transformation of research results. By building such an innovation center and the postdoc stations, as well as a basis for graduate students, we can accumulate more experience, at the same time cultivate talents and human resources, and so we can truly build a future that can be shared among different players. Distinguished guests and dear partners, display industry is not an industry that can be dominated by one player, but an ecosystem. So starting from research and development investment and to building the ecosystem, every step of our innovation, it can never be done without your support and your assistance. We believe that technology should be human-centered and AI-driven. And with this principle, we can go way beyond the boundary of display and to build a ubiquitous display ecosystem. And finally, I sincerely invite you to be part of our innovation network, that we can jointly do research and development or to build up standards, and so we can use technology as a bridge, as trust, as a foundation, and so to write the next chapter in our cooperation. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Qin, for this presentation. And I believe with your presentation, we now have a more expectation and anticipation to our next generation technology. Now we're going to launch such new technology so we can witness together Tianma's innovative breakthroughs. So first, I would like to invite onto the stage Yang Jingjing from Tianma OLED Research and Development Center to launch the 创建 Visionary Craft OLED technology. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tianma Technology Innovation Conference 2025. Now I am going to launch the new breakthrough technologies. September this year, we launched our sub-brand Tiangong Screen for mobile displays, and as the very first edition of this series, this Tiangong Screen is a consolidation of the panoramic screens, but also our best possible practice in display. And the core of this screen, this display, is to use our craftsmanship together with technology, so that it is eye-friendly, vision-friendly. At the same time, it's aesthetic and can stand thousands and millions times of scrolling. And also we believe in a boundless, a borderless, and also aesthetic innovation. And so there are three parts to my presentation. In the first part, I would like to walk you through our journey of how we translate our experiments in laboratory in actual practice. And second is that how are we using our innovation in aesthetics to make it more pleasing and friendly to the eyes. And finally is what kind of innovation we're doing in terms of color and brightness. And so through this, we can definitely expand and go way beyond the limitations of current display screens and to transform the warmth of technology to every users. And so in terms of this technology, one of the core technique we use is our HOI technology. Now with so many sensors and that are attached to our phones, that it might pose some challenges, and also with users using these their cell phones, their brightness might diminish, and also this traditional OLED brightness compensation accuracy is limited. And so to address this challenge, we launched the world's first 3-in-1 HOI, and using this HOI, then we can do lifetime monitoring and full screen fingerprint recognition, as well as ambient light adaptation, and so that it is freer, safer, and more comfortable. So what is HOI? That Tianma has transcended through the boundaries of potential and traditional technologies, and we have integrated the sensors into the panel, and so reduce the thickness of sensor by 99%. And at the same time, with this technology, we have improved the precision as well as ambient light precision by 40 times. And at the same time, with this built-in sensor, it can exert a huge advantage in terms of OLED monitoring, and so to address these issues in screen and display. And also with this, that at each angle and each area of the display, it can monitor the entire life cycle, and with algorithm that it can conduct adjustments to single area or the single color, so make sure its color and brightness is intact. And also with the traditional location or site of fingerprint recognition, and it's quite limited, and there are some error rate as well, that as 1 in 10,000. But with our full screen fingerprint recognition, the user can unlock the screen anywhere on the screen, and at the same time it supports multi-fingerprint recognition as well as palm biometrics recognition, and so to improve the convenience as well as its safety and security. And leveraging our HOI technology as well as its ultra strong light capture capacity, then whether in day or during the light, our screen can adapt to the ambient brightness and temperature to achieve a true ambient light adaptation, so to make sure that the user can enjoy a eyes-friendly and very convenient experience. So now we are launching this that more colorful, safer, and more comfortable HOI screen. And so we are trying to make breakthroughs and in this boundaryless screen, and to make it better, we still need to work better in terms of our screen aesthetics with the upgrading and development of cell phones, and we are bringing the screen aesthetics to a higher level, whether it's scrolling internet web pages or playing video games or mobile games or watching videos. Now users have a higher requirement on this experience, but this aesthetics of such narrow bezels is no easy task because it poses some challenges. One is that there might be these two black strips on the two sides of the screens, and also there might be what we call a panda ear on the angle of the screen. So with this, we have utilized LTPO 3.0 technology and has optimized our left and right bezel and has integrated 3 circuits into 2 groups of circuits, and so to improve and to shorten width of these black strips on the 2 sides of the screen. And also we have developed this with this new arrangement, we optimized the circuit layout and has improved the angles, and so to make sure that it is a true full screen and full corner and equal width full screen. And so this is our LTPO 3.0 Pro technology. Compared with the previous edition, it has improved by 30% the width of the black string, as well as improved the angle by 20%, and so at the same time it is aesthetically appealing and efficient. And with this LTPO 3.0 Pro screen is officially launched. And with drive innovation that we upgraded these aesthetics in screen, and with aesthetics in screen we have transformed into better battery life and picture quality. And we have always centered our development on the needs of our clients and customers, and our coding and development is also embedded us in the wellness and healthcare instruments, and so to bring better visual experience to our users. In terms of battery life, we found out that this screen consumes 77% of battery power, and for OLED of blue light accounts for as much as 51%. And now in this industry, mostly we use the traditional fluorescent materials of TTA, but with the Tianma, we use a more streamlined NFB technology. So on one hand, we improved the efficiency of blue light and reduced the cost significantly. And the core of NFB is to adopt a area-based emitting mechanism, and so we can utilize these 2 areas and specifically or individually, and so to improve the efficiency of blue light. And in terms of green light, in our industry, that usually we use this subject-object mechanism. So we use one major material together with an assisting or accessory material. And with the Tianma, we have launched a sensitized fluorescence mechanism. And so with such a synergy, it can better utilize such a material and enhance its efficiency, especially in terms of green light emitting. And with our self-reliant innovation, our NFB technology in terms of blue light improved by 10% compared to industry average, and PSF improved by 20%. At the same time, our battery consumption, power consumption dropped by 12%. So to improve battery life with NFT technology. And in order to realize a better screen and experience, Tianma has been continuously developing our EL color gamut technology, but due to physical attributes and features, our traditional wide or ubiquitous color gamut instruments face several challenges. So in order to address such challenges, we have improved and combined it with our wide color gamut technology.
It is low consumption, long life, but more color gamut. And now Tianma's Vivid BT 2020 display technique has been launched. Long life, low carbon, more applications, and more real. Not only for the new frontiers, we are also using our craftsmanship to be far-sighted and predict the future. We believe the technology's significance is providing services to life. In the future, there will be more applications. For example, health monitoring to biometric security and ultra-high frequency LTPO. From heart rate to energy innovation, Tianma LED will explore the borders of display, enable our product to become the bridge of life and technology to display a better world. Finally, distinguished officials and guests, there are 3 key technologies launched here: bundleless integration, bringing diversified functions to be integrated, elegant design, not only application but also on visual effects. Vivid color elevation is optimizing the service life using cool technologies. We believe that Tianma will use its hardcore to lead the industry's new future. Looking forward to our collaboration in the future. Thank you very much. Now, please join me in welcoming the next speaker on the topic of intelligent cockpit.
科技懂得何时被看见，何时被感受。座舱全景投影显示技术，超宽视域点亮，视野向前，安全至上，信息如影悬浮，打破屏幕界限。 车规级高可靠性，价值始终如一，无惧环境挑战，看清世界，安心护航。沉浸式全视野显示技术，超全视野点亮，平行宇宙豪华登场，无界环绕各司其职，打破空间边界，息屏如墨。 开屏如画，五感融合，全方位守护每一次出行。曲面质控显示技术，以优雅曲面造型勾勒掌控之境，以人性化倾斜角度重构支撑美学，响应迅捷。 如心领神会，安心全程相伴。滑动卷曲显示技术，以无形之姿造极致世界，一卷一展，形意随心。越即时交互，如行云流水；悦享娱乐，乐趣随行。绿色智能通信技术2.0，无形的连接。 是看不见的安全纽带，瞬时响应，无间断连接，划破信号壁垒，从容驰骋，一路安心。天马创建天轩智能座舱，个性、好用、健康、可靠、安全。创建天轩，好车就配好评。
In the future, immersive cockpit, panoramic view, upgraded experience. Let's invite Ms. Liu Chunfeng from Tianma Microelectronics R&D Center to introduce the cockpit panoramic projection display technology. Distinguished guests, good afternoon. The video has illustrated Tianma panoramic projection display technology for the cockpit. Now, on behalf of the R&D team, I'd like to illustrate this technology for you. First of all, the safety solution. For this particular technology, not only it's an upgrade, but also innovation. With panoramic projection and high precision imaging, realizing safe
and immersive experience for the driver, which is a new benchmark for the industry. First of all, for customers, in terms of the needs of the display, it's quite clear, with very clear imaging, whole life cycle, stability, as well as reliability for the automobile. Addressing some of the major concerns of the industry, it seems it's a dead end. High lighting, low energy consumption, and long life service cannot be integrated and realized. So the bottleneck here is the core, which is IRHSUT PGU. This is what we are talking about, which is the image generating unit, PGU. For now, the PGU solutions are the film, and for the glass, it seems there are a lot of dilemmas. And for the PGU, in terms of the film, the high brightness, the color, and the energy consumption cannot be balanced. And in terms of the glass, it seems we have to balance in terms of the lightness, brightness, so it's really hard to ensure its lifespan. The above mentioned are some of the problems regarding the film and lens. The problems come from the core demands and unsolvable dilemma of PGU. Using traditional technology, we're not able to achieve that. We have to be 8 to 10 times brighter than the traditional technology, and the construction will only lead to more power consumption. So in terms of the thickness, in terms of the lens, because of the uniformity issue, it's very difficult to make it thinner. And for the film, it can be thinner, but it comes back to the question of power efficiency and brightness. Facing this dilemma, Tianma has broken down the traditional structure and optimized the ultimate optical performance and automatic reliability. First of all, there are three major breakthroughs in terms of the advancement in device process abilities, innovation in circuit pixel design, and improvement in material performance. These are the panel capability breakthroughs. We have upgraded the material and enhanced the tolerance of the temperature of the lens to another level in the industry. On the other hand, the PGU is also achieving ultimate performance with our evolutionary technology. We have overhauled the traditional structure as well as the limitations of the material. And for Tianma, we are using a self-developed algorithm for local dimming, as well as a dual safeguards of optical path simulation distortion correction. Based on these major breakthroughs, as well as our efficiency in terms of core performance, we have made a leap forward. Not only we have addressed the issue of the industry, we have redefined the boundaries of sunlight. For example, high brightness, low consumption. In terms of penetration rate, it has increased from 6.5% to 17%, 9% ahead of the industry average. And the 6W, 12,000 CD per square meter, has dropped to 40%. And with our algorithm, we are able to enhance the contrast. The brightness can reach a mini peak of 100% single zone. Now, the shape, in terms of the slim body, it's about 14.5 millimeters. This is in line with the major trend of the slim design. And the compression has exceeded 50%. Another is 2 times 2 dimming zone. It's more than 95% in terms of luminosity and brightness, which has increased the industry average by 10%. The third, the brightness and color. Lifelike color with natural depth, we're using TFS LED with KSF phosphor LED, ensure the white color gamut of NTSC of 85%. Under high temperature, the brightness can still be maintained. Finally, in terms of reliability and security, The temperature resistance exceeded 105 degrees, and in 85 degrees, the derating has reached 60%, which is far exceeding the average of the industry, and past 1,500 hours of tests of automotive-grade reliability, and really addressing the bottleneck issue we've just mentioned. Reviewing our innovative path, the HUD not only is a display technology upgrade, but also it is an innovation in terms of security and safety as a safety barrier, with vivid and colorful, slim design and borderless screen, which is ultra-thin. It is also ensuring safety and durability. This technology's success is a result of integration of the industry as well as R&D, and it is also providing a new outcome for the industry. Looking ahead, Tianma will continue, based on the trend of the development of the market and the needs of our customers, to be deeply rooted in the industry of R&D. The above are what I'd like to share with you on our new technology. Now my colleague Yin Zongcai will continue to share with you our intelligent driving. Thank you. Thank you. Fascinating. Now I'd like you to offer another choice, which is immersive full-field display technology. With the intelligent development, automotive display screen is becoming more diversified, with more functions, not only on information transmission, but also enhancing driving safety and provide full cabin ambient integration. Therefore, customer needs. In terms of the new generation of automotive screen, there are three dimensions. First, more efficient information transmission. That means our products are going to be large size, high contrast, high resolution, and high luminance in order to enhance more efficient display of information. Second, in terms of our customer needs, for the screen and display, they are going to enhance the driving safety. Not only it can reduce the burden of vision for drivers, but maintain line of sight and expanded field view to ensure safety. Third, the new generation of automotive cockpit not only requires integration of the environment, but also providing more aesthetic values. So how to manufacture high-quality displays in line with the needs? In terms of hardware and software, we've done a lot of work. First of all, in manufacturing, we have invested the very first advanced panel process and using large-size curved surface module process. This is the snapshot. We have also, to meet the demands of different designs, developed the brand new Aquarus technology. For R&D, we continue to reiterate the Aquarus technology and optimize our visual effect as well as the use of light. We have also introduced camera plus display fusion system, while ensuring driver safety, provide more scenarios for application. Based on the above-mentioned technology, we have brought you a 49.6-inch super large size screen with 1.25 plus meter ultra-width giant screen view and provide 8K ultra-high resolution to ensure in one screen everything can be displayed.
And compared to the current solutions that we have eliminated the physical boundaries between different screens and as well as reduced the latency of display, and so that all the information can we can be switched and very seamlessly. At the same time, with the windshield shape, we have built an R3000 curved modules, and so it's a panoramic experience for the driver, and so that the driver does not have to wave or have to turn the head and so to see the information. Therefore, the information is delivered at a more efficient speed. And in order to have and deliver a better visual experience, we have included and integrated Acros technology, where we have incorporated over 210,000 zones of high precision and pixel level dimming technology, and each of such area could adjust based on the display requirements. And so we have very high contrast, as high as 100,000 to 1, and this is even similar or comparable to OLED. And with Acros, we have addressed another technical issue. We understand that in traditional LED curved screens, and there would be an issue with this extension or the perspective issue, but with our pixel brightness control, and such brightness of this screen is controlled to be less than 0.009 centimeters, and so to reduce this fatigue in visual that coming from the uneven brightness, and so to bring better experience to our users. Another thing I would like to brief you today is that our Acros technology, developed by ourselves, have made yet another upgrade. That is 50% improvement in terms of light utilization efficiency, which means that with the same power consumption, it's brighter and more has a higher resolution as well. And so with Acros, it has a higher resolution, more immersive and more efficient. And apart from bringing better display experience, and we are also improving the full-scale experience, and based on 4 automobile use scenarios, we bring about 4 different solutions for long distance drive, and with the shape of the screen, that we can embed this into the windshield of the car, and so that the vision of the driver could be a head-up vision. And in traditional cockpit, the driver might have to turn their head that by looking at the dashboard or looking at the front road, and this might result in distraction and thus a safety hazard. But with our all-condition protection and image fusion, the driver can capture all the information on screen from the windshield, so to make driving experience safer. And also during the night, this shadow on the windshield has always been a safety hazard for drivers as well. And with innovative brightness and optics technology, that we have reduced this reflection from 2.3 to 0.55% in terms of the windshield reflection, and so to reduce the reflections interference on the driver, and so to improve nighttime driving safety. And also with our camera and in-car videos modules, that we can making sure that through our camera, all these blind sight could be mapped and displayed on the screen, and so to reduce the safety hazard, and so to provide drivers, especially unexperienced drivers, better driving information and better driving experience. And also using our CMS dynamic technology, we eliminated environmental disturbances and help drivers make the better and more and right driving decisions. And so from different perspectives, we have improved the safety of driving. Another thing I would like to talk about is how can we embed such a big screen into the cockpit? From 3 aspects we have made optimization. One is when it is off, a reflection of the screen is controlled, as well as the color consistency. The reflection is reduced within 1%, which means that when there is light on the screen, only a fraction of the light will be reflected, which means that the screen it's like a black panel that does not reflect any lights. And also the delta E is well maintained under 2, making sure that the screen is consistent with other parts and other components of the vehicle. And so with these 2 major parameters and indicators, when the screen is turned off, it is seamlessly embedded with other parts of the cockpit. When it is on, the black state luminance is controlled under 0.009 nits, and so that when it is in UI display, such a screen can be embedded or be immersive with the surrounding and ambient light and environment, and also because it is fully integrated into the windshield, and also it is a curved surface. Therefore, whether it's on or off, it can diminish or it can eliminate the boundaries between the screen and other parts of the cockpit. With such an ambient and the full cabin integration, we can bring better experience and more high-end, as well as a more comfortable experience for our driver. Above are the all cabin and all condition aesthetic enhancement, and through this extra large size and R3000 curved surface, accurate image fusion, and anti-ghosting of the windshield, we can realize an all condition safety protection and all cabin aesthetic enhancement. So I hope that based on our advancement in hardware, we can create more scenarios for application together. Well, the innovation we made in terms of vehicle display is not just limited to this. Later, next one, my colleague Yu Chujie is going to bring us the innovation that Tianma is making. Then, after the panoramic display technology launch, I would like to walk you through our curved smart CID technology for vehicles, and so that we can understand how curved smart CID technology can bring us better experience. The first one is our onboard and the vehicle curved screen that can bring our drivers better experience, and with such technology that we have diminished or reduced the boundary between cockpits as well as the driver. And this is not just a revolution on the curvature of the screen, but a major breakthrough in the interaction between people, driver, and the vehicle, and so to make sure that the car can respond precisely to the decision and to the requirement of the driver, to make sure that the driving experience is safe and comfortable. And our onboard curved screen, it has utilized our technology, and such a curvature is ergonomic to the driver, and it's at the right angle of the touch, and so to enhance the touch efficiency of this, as well as the precision and accuracy. And with such a smart haptic feedback, and also the integration with our radar as well as other technologies, our driver can better identify and making decisions while driving, at the same time making sure that their vision and their eyes stay ahead. And also with this design is bringing aesthetics and to this cockpit area, and so with a sleek aesthetic, tailored comfort, and bringing an upscale and very luxurious aesthetic. And also we have embedded it with the SLD high HD display and eye-friendly viewing with a lower blue light, and so to make sure that the cockpit is truly intelligent and smart. And so we are trying to bring a safer and more user-friendly curved display, and with an 138-degree golden angle, which is practice-based and reality-based. And in the first half, it's very clear to see, and the bottom half is easy to operate and easy to touch, and so to realize a good balance. And with a 40-millimeter radius, and we have improved and optimized our craftsmanship and process, and so to deliver a technology sense, and with a 1.9 millimeter thickness, that we can make the entire cockpit more flexible and has a better aesthetic appealing. And also it's with a less than 3 millimeter its border, and it can adapt to different demands. And so with this curved smart CID, it's designed for safety and comfort, and also to realize a better human-machine interaction. It is eye-friendly, and also they can be better integrated with other technologies and other functions, so our driver can experience a safer driving experience. And next, I would like to show you this transformative automotive display sliding ceiling-mounted solution, and how science and technology can be part of our aesthetic views, and so to realize an immersive experience. And with this OLED display technology, these slide ceiling ones can realize a 3 times control, and so when it is scrolled and with such a one touch of the button in 6 seconds, it can be expanded into a 17-inch big screen, and so to realize a multi-scenario demand, and so to deliver a good driving and passenger experience. And with a 14.9 inches, and that is mostly for the passengers sitting in the backside, and so to realize an air conditioner as well as a seats adjustment. The passengers can also have access to information such as the weather and the map, and so to break the boundaries. And with the built-in smart controlled devices, we have covered the entire panoramic view, and also to bring better aesthetic value. With a 17-inch 3K screen with our 2.0 technology, and we have realized a 12 million nit brightness, as well as a very good color gamut. We can deliver a real color and high brightness and ultra high resolution, and so to bring a movie and theater experience to the passengers. And also this whether during the mid of the day or during the night, we can bring the ultra high resolution and to the screen, and also the color temperature and gamut are adjusted to make sure the driving safety. And so it is informed and encoded into our form, and it has improved the quality, and with our 17 to 14.9 inch size and a very flexural radius, we can bring a more individualized and customized experience. And over 100,000 scrolls testing is based on our flexible OLED, and we have integrated different technologies. Less than 1 minute flatness is a result of the concerted efforts from our partners. At the same time, this ultra big scale has met the demand of display in car, and every scrolling and out of the curved screen can bring you the ultimate experience, and so that our drivers can experience better driving, and in the future we're going to work better with our OEM and so to bring better and customized service for our clients. Thank you. And now I would like to turn it over to my colleague and to launch our next technology.
Distinguished officials, experts, good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to see you again. It's also my great pleasure, based on the automobile new technology, to show you our green intelligent communication technology 2.0. Reviewing history of communication, it was a history of connecting people, information to everything in this world, from 2G, 3G, mobile internet to Internet of Everything to what we have now. 5G is building a new pathway for Internet of Everything, and 5G Plus will build space, air, ground, sea integrated communication network. Right now, although 5G technology has been widely used and with AI technology has enhanced connectivity, but in terms of width and depth of 5G connectivity is insufficient. There are areas where signals are not able to reach, so for the new 5G map, it is building space, air, ground, sea integrated communication. It is using ground network as a base to extend to the air, ground and sea to break barriers of connection and achieve seamless connection around the world. In the 5G world, we will really connect everything through multiple devices, anywhere, anytime. We will enjoy access to internet, no matter where you are, just like in the city center, no matter for real-time video conferencing, internet access, or live traffic updates. There will be everyday innovations for drivers. And in today's automobile, there are new demands for high quality and new experience, no matter for meetings, for entertainment or interaction with transportation data. There are new needs. All these telecommunications need to be high data throughput, low communication latency, video coverage area, and low power consumption to meet the need. For now, to support the coverage, we have narrowband and broadband. Particularly, it covers different areas. The broadband has advantages in technology with Ku, Ka frequency band as high frequency to achieve bandwidths and less than 10 millimeters of transmission latency and 1 Mbps, hundreds of Mbps data rate. So through this kind of broadband, it can enhance the needs of our customers and also make up the deficiencies from the narrowband devices through such a simple video text to interact with the world, or you wish to enjoy real-time live streaming to gain better experiences. Definitely, you will choose the latter. And while integrating narrowband devices and broadband devices, compared with conventional semiconductor units, this kind of new scanning antenna technology has demonstrated low latency and high data rate and high data throughput advantage. That's why we choose it. Although it requires further development, but in terms of power consumption and cost in automobile industry, definitely technology is more competitive. For our antenna, it is named as Pemagia because it has the high quality processing for the panels, but also the high intelligent control patterns, which is a highly advanced green communication technology. And for Pemagia, it has 4 major parts. The first is the antenna for transmission, receiving. It's a liquid crystal antenna array, and it also has baseband communication module, an integrated GNS and IS module, and RF mainboard. Today, it's our first time to launch the V-series antenna. to contribute to high throughput, low latency, more coverage, flexible network. Our V series has high broadbands, quick response, and highly flexible in terms of polarization. It is really beneficial for those transmission scenarios which there are higher requirements. This high-performance version using more antennas and bigger diameters in order to enhance the benefits of the antenna, as well as the volume of the transmission routes in order to achieve greater growth. And this high-performance version has also benefited from its function in terms of switchable polarization. So 6 degrees of maximum axis scanning angle has been achieved, and you're able to switch between LHCP or RHCP. Tria's high performance has 4 advantages. One is high gain, which can boost internet speed, enable big data to be transmitted, and its faster scanning speed can reduce communication latency to the minimum to ensure the communication is smooth and reliable. Wide scanning angle enable the antenna to meet the demands of more complex scenarios, even in high-speed motion, can ensure connectivity. And its reconfigurable polarization is also ensuring flexible multimode communication in the sea, ground, and other area of spaces to enhance the quality of the signal as well as stability of communication. Today, we will demonstrating these series of advantages, but also we are aiming for the new future's needs. The new 5G, we need wide broadband, we need integration of sea, ground, and other spaces, and technology. No matter vehicle mounted wilderness, off-road driving, energy exploration, emergency could connection more reliable. And in our development of society, this integration of network will break boundaries and ensure boundless connectivity anytime, anywhere. We will join hands with our partners to usher in the 5G era to ensure boundless connectivity anytime, anywhere. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Mr. Xin. From automobile to all scenario IT application, can I please have Mr. Huang Hongtao from Tianma G8.6 Fab to show the full scenario IT display technology. Distinguished guests, good morning, good afternoon. It's my great pleasure to share with you Tianma's 2.0 IT display technology called the Leaf. Last year, we have, for the very first time, for IT display, launched our technology. This particular technology with low energy consumption, elegance, or screen, future AI as its core features, manifesting Tianma's deep thinking on IT display and our far-sighted insights on the 4 key scenarios. 1. Low power. 2nd, elegance. 3rd, all screen. And 4th, future AI. Based on all these 4 concepts, Tianma has explored the cutting-edge technology for IT display and contributing new ideas. And this year, it's our great pleasure, based on Tianma's technology available, to launch Leaf 2.0. Leaf 2.0 has high broad screen, active area, and expanding oxidation technology and its application in all scenarios. We know that for IT display, there are several challenges. No matter for lithium, screen or desktop, they are the major displays we use in our lives. Not only they are very important for our productivity, but also ensuring our experience of entertainment. But diversified scenarios has brought about multiple challenges. For example, while in gaming, screen stuttering and tearing could really drive you crazy. In entertainment, severe ghosting and blurry motion can really interfere your operation, make your eyes tired. And in office work, We are worried about the high power usage, while the battery might face anxiety. Models sibling the blue light and gaming require different devices. Really, we can't use the same machine. In order to address this issue, what do we need? First, we need high frequency, fast refresh rate in order to ensure smooth operation in gaming, instant response time to prevent any blurred image. We also need a long battery life by low power in order to get rid of anxiety. Also, we use dynamic frequency to ensure smooth VRR. Not only we need this, but we need that, right, for our customers. In order to meet the diversified needs as mentioned above for our customers, we have in Tianma, based on our technology, combined with our R&D result, developed the new low-carbon materials and precision driver circuit to make leapfrog. Embracing the momentum, exploring new possibilities, pursuing excellence is our philosophy. This is our Leaf 2.0 IT display technology. The core leapfrog, yes, is low frequency, power saving, compared with the 15 Hz through oxidization technology as well as EDP 1.5 technology. In terms of low frequency, we've achieved a new breakthrough. In terms of low frequency, it can greatly enhance the efficiency of energy. For example, when it's 144, it can be reduced to around 20, and the power consumption can be reduced by 27%. In terms of lithium product, when it's about 360 Hz, then the consumption can be 85%. More excitingly, for 1 Hz, not only it can reduce the screen itself in terms of energy consumption, but also drastically decrease the CPU and GPU load of the machine in order to further enhance the energy efficiency. About 57% is the final result. Apart from long service life, Leaf 2.0, of course, paid special importance to ultimate performance. Through low-carbon materials, we are able to achieve flicker-free and artifact-free viewing, enable the performance of the display not only to be flicker-free, but also ensure a seamless experience which is more comfortable and immersive. Only 1 Hz is that so. Not only, of course, not only supporting low frequency, we're using the VRR Pro intelligent technology, using multi-scenario high-frequency no tearing and smooth switching technology to establish from 1 Hz to 360 Hz wide frequency optimization. This is the only one in the world. What are we going to do with this variable refresh rate? It can be adjusted according to application scenario automatically. While it's not working, it's able to be 1 Hz. While reading, it's going to be 20 Hz for more high efficiency. And in everyday after work, it's going to be 60 Hz. And in gaming, it can be switched automatically to 360 Hz. This smooth switching has ensured different scenarios to be seamlessly, intelligently connected, bringing more efficient and more immersive experience. Leaf 2.0, not only applicable for laptop, but also providing support for portables and other desk devices. For example, a 14-inch to 60-inch display by using Leaf 2.0, it is able to improve areas. First, lightweight design enables us to be more portable. Second, 1 to 360 frequency rate can really support needs, particularly outdoors, offices, home appliances, and so on. More importantly, the Leaf 2.0 can really reduce the energy consumption without any complex battery. Only use mobile phones or chargers can really run it more efficiently, used anytime, anywhere, more immersive.
以上就是天马。
So these are the introduction of our Leaf 2.0 technology. But before I draw a conclusion, I would like to add another major breakthrough in terms of a desk display. That is Everest. This is a premium monitor. The making is a global debut, and it is mostly used for esports and desk scenarios, and it has realized the highest POSD of 610 Hz and with very high resolution and refresh rate. And with a 610 Hz refresh rate means what? We understand that most of the office computers can reach a 60 or 120 Hz refresh rate, but with our Everest, it's or with esports, it starts as low as 140 and to a little bit over 200. But now with our low latency panel driving technology, we have enhanced the refresh rate by 2 times or even 3 times, so that within 1.6 milliseconds, it can refresh the entire frame. And this is far slower, it's far quicker than the reaction of human eyes, which means we can realize a 0-second latency. And 610 refresh rate means that it can reduce the performance lost and to realize a zero latency, and which means that regardless of the screen card you use and display you use, you can making sure that the player has the best playing experience. And apart from this very high refresh rate, with our new fast response materials, we have optimized the G2G 1 millisecond latency. It means that the screen is refreshed very rapidly, and also this screen or this refresh that are reflected at our retina is also very fast. So each refresh is a very high and ultra resolution, and with the zero pressure and so zero stress and zero blur. And Everest has also break several records, and in order to support the 610 Hz refresh rate, that we have used and embedded a P2P communication protocol and a transmission rate with ultra high frequency data transmission, and so to reduce the signal latency between servers as well as the terminals, and so to make sure an integration between the player and the machine, and so during the esports they can have the best possible experience. Visionary innovation, new frontiers. This summarizes our exploration and pursuit. In the future, we will dig deep in this field, and with low power, high image quality, and high frequency, wide frequency, and low frequency as our principle, that we want to further develop our ultra high TR and dynamic backlight control system, and also with high CR, high ACR, and gamut, and so to realize a separate screen display, and with our oxide technology to improve our frequency, high multi-frequency driving and high mobility oxide. And we are also working with our partners and to work together, and so to explore the unlimited possibilities in the IT display. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Huang. And next, I would like to invite onto the stage Mr. Xi Kerui, the Vice President of Tianma Micro LED Research Institute. distinguished guests and partners, and friends from media, good afternoon. I'm Xi Kerui from Micro LED Research Institute. And next, I would like to bring you the advancement we made in micro LED display. 3 years ago, among several technology approaches in micro LED that we have selected our current one, and this become a very important one. So if we compare the size of the screen to a room, then the LED we use is just like a tile in this room, and which means that we need to integrate the chips that is over 10,000 within this room to be integrated with our current system. It's a quite challenging and nearly impossible one, but the reason why we do this is because it can be embedded with our OLED, and the PPI can be increased to over 200 level, and so it is expandable, and at the same time the cost is the lowest, which means that this technology is the one that with the highest potentiality. So to do those difficult but right thing is our strategy with our micro LED team, and also our innovative spirit with Tianma technology. And with micro LED, we used the transparent and this with our screen patch scenarios. In the past, with our laser development and our CCPC technology, we have been making innovations and to improve the industrialization of these micro LED. So first is our proprietary CCPC technology that based on the traditional voltage control circuit, we have compensated it, and so to improve the efficiency, and so to enhance or to lay a foundation for a even brightness of our display. It's just like our cars or automobiles that are running on expressway. Whether the car drive is smooth depends largely on whether the road is smooth enough, and so far such technology has already been authorized in several countries, and including United States and European countries. And second is our proprietary HEM technology. And with this HEM technology, together with our chips and the TFT technology, it can bring us a better medium with a higher precision. And so with this crypto technology, that it's with a physical reaction, and compared to the traditional reaction, it's more controllable. And in the traditional reaction is a chemical one, so our lithographic process is better, and so in this way we can enhance our bump formation with a very high yield bump formation and higher PPI. And thirdly is the intelligent inspection and big data analytics tool, a high precision AI inspection. Our traditional detection is of low efficiency and cannot meet our current demand. And with the big data analytics, that it can monitor or inspect every chip and every pixel, which means that in the entire process of production, from manufacturing to assembly and to integration, each stage can be monitored and inspected. This big data analytics or AI inspection, compared with the traditional one, it's 4 times higher in terms of precision, and it can enhance the number of detection as well. Our fourth technology is our proprietary BMI technology. The micro LED, before this being mixed, our micro LED cannot meet our demand, especially we need a laser transition or transfusion, and with being mixed integration, that we need to treat several micro LED chips as a big chip, and so it is better integrated with this BMI technology, that all our products that are patched and and can realize a 98% module brightness uniformity, and at the same time improve the COW utilization by 60%. And we have developed our own LOR technology, the laser original repair. And we have made breakthroughs in micro LED, but the laser original repair need to be further improved so to meet the demands of new products. So within our major or mainstream process that we need to develop better or optimize laser original repair. Our first repair is from this laser glass, and before its primary repair that it need to repair based on the PLO inspection, and after the primary repair we will conduct a secondary repair based on the bad point identification, removal, and compensation. So with these two repairs we can better improve the yield. It's just like the growing and cultivation of corn, and in order to improve the survival of corn, we are not selecting at each stage of the growth, but at the critical stage when the seed is planted. So which means when we plant it, we will remove those bad seeds and replace them with the good corn seeds. And another critical stage is that when it is planted, we'll see whether it has sprouted or not. If it did not sprout, we will replace it. So which means this is the second repair. The secondary repair is very important because now with a micro LED we cannot do an optical or electronic repair for the whole process. Therefore we need to do a secondary or the second repair here, and so to see whether there is a bad point or not. If there is, we will compensate and repair it. And next one is our high precision seamless tilling and repair technology. So with in terms of physical attributes, it's already zero TIM, and now with a higher precision seamless tilling, we developed our own STR technology. It's anchored in each pixel, and so to realize a higher resolution tiling, and so our precision is improved from 50 micrometer to 20 micrometer. And also when we can also tile those subprime products, and so we developed this material that is under special circumstances. It can also be used for tiling, and especially secondary tiling, and this non-destructive repair and based on single module. And so we will reduce the waste, at the same time enhance the reflection by 7/8, and so it means that all such advancement, all such technology is not just an idea that popped out of our head. All such advancement were made based on our actual practice and action, and then based on these technologies, and we have consolidated all such 6 technologies into our technology path as well as products, and so to push forward industrialization and to address the issues of efficiency and application. And in this process that we bring the PID technology. So that is our 108-inch micro LED tiled display, and this is a full laser technology made that every step we used a laser that starting from the strip and to the assembly, and we can use this and to make it a tiled 108-inch and also reach a 98% uniformity, and our yield is 99.99%. And since this is a standardized module, our 4K products is used 128 micro LEDs and with 1,500 nits in terms of peak luminance, NTSC over 150%, border less than 20 micrometer, and reflection SCE of 1.7. Tiled Apart from this, we have also brought this is the newest inch ultra narrow border transparent display with a peak luminance of over 5,000 nits, and the PPI can reach 102 NTSC, 20% than 2.5%, and a border of less than 0.1 millimeter. And we can tile it with other screens to bring us more flexible products. Starting from 2017, Tianma started to deploy our resources to industrialization. Now we have launched several industry associations and launched several products which have facilitated the development of the entire micro LED. Here I would like to thank governments as well as research institutes and universities, and we will work with you to further develop micro LED. Thank you.
Sharing with us, ladies and gentlemen, come to the most exciting moment of today, the Tianma 25 New Technology Release Ceremony, which has its achievements, wisdom, and innovative spirit. Tianma are about to make a stunning debut. First, let's invite our release guests to the stage with applause. They are Chairman of Tianma Microelectronics, Mr. Chen Wei, President of Tianma Microelectronics, Mr. Wang Lei, Technology Representatives Feng, Yang Jingqing, Liu Chunfeng, Ding Zongcai, Yu Chujie, Xing Yifan, Wang Hongtao, Xi Kewei. A warm welcome to the stage. Please place your palms on the energy ring. Please follow the stage for this exciting moment. Please use your palm on the energy ring. Please join us for the launching ceremony. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Distinguished guests, please come to both sides of the stage. Follow me in paying attention to the motion on the stage. This is not just a technology release, it is a visionary insight into the future display ecosystem. Each new technology aims to bring users an unprecedented ultimate experience. Magnificent achievements on the screen now. Distinguished guests, congratulations. Here, we are ushering the new technology achievements, recording this milestone moment for 2025 Tianma Innovative Technologies. Osama, for this precious moment. Dear guests, a group photo, please. Congratulations again on the success of Tianma's new technology release. Distinguished guests, please kindly take your seats. Innovation drives development, responsibility leads the future. Now let's warmly invite President of Tianma Microelectronics, Mr. Wang Lei, to introduce the Tianma Microelectronics Sustainable Development Report. distinguished officials and guests. We enjoy the Feast of Technology. In the process of low-carbon development and zero-carbon digital intelligence, it's my great pleasure to share with you our development strategy. For to our vision for a low-carbon future and promise by 2025 we are going to be 100% of power supply and set up medium-term and long-term goals. We have specified 1+2, 1+8 carbon neutrality plan to consolidate our foundation and also integrate the emission for product. That's our strategy in order to implement our 8 pathways for carbon development to be more comprehensive in our low-carbon development. Now, I'd like to, based on the 8 pathways, to share with you our practices. For Tianma, we've stayed committed to build a cleaner and more efficient energy system up to now. In terms of PV, our installed capacity has exceeded 8.09 megawatts. Our annual power generation exceeded 10 million kilowatts per hour. And looking ahead, this is going to be even greater development next year. It's going to be 116 megawatts in terms of total installed capacity, and annual power generation will be over 120 million kilowatts per hour. The carbon reduction will be over 60,000 tons of carbon dioxide. And our green electricity has exceeded 100 million kilowatts hour. By 2030, the green electricity will exceed 700 billion kilowatts hour. And we are also developing energy storage. Now we have already completed 1,100 kilowatts pilot projects. And for our energy storage capacity, we have also responded to government regulation. Meanwhile, we will continue to expand our green electricity proportion. By 2050, 100% will be renewable energy in terms of operation. And in terms of energy conservation, efficiency improvement, and carbon reduction, there are many plans as well. For example, AC to DC conversion project, optimization of chiller systems, and in terms of carbon reduction, it will exceed 100,000 tons per year. Another thing I want to mention, we have the very first energy reduction base, which is really a benchmark in the industry, can reduce 130,000 tons and will further contribute to low carbon development and be a forefront runner in this area. Now, resource recycling. We have implemented over 50 water conservation projects with a water saving of over 7 million tons annually, equivalent to 5 big reservoirs. And in terms of waste, for example, the gas liquid has established recovered project with an annual waste reduction of over 5,000 tons. That's the stripping waste. For time waste liquid treatment system, we're able to save over 1.7 million kilowatts hour for annual power, with 700 tons of carbon reduction. All these data have showcased our endeavors, no matter for resource recycling or circular economy. Meanwhile, in green and low carbon products, we have laid a solid foundation. For the product footprint, investment capability has exceeded 100%, and we have completed over 36 products for carbon footprint calculation. And in terms of low carbon technology, we have made major breakthroughs in terms of MPA, as well as EL devices for greenhouse, establishing a great framework for the low carbon products. Looking ahead, we will continue to make efforts find more green revolution opportunities to provide more environmental friendly and cutting edge technology of products for our customers. Logistics as a full chain service foundation, we are also integrated solutions and using WMS and TMS, low carbon logistic platform, to manage the warehouse and transportation to be more targeted and precise for automated logistics system. Looking ahead, our goal is to establish zero carbon logistics system. Meanwhile, in green and low carbon supply chain, we are making extra efforts, collaboration with suppliers. We know that in terms of supply chain, the carbon emission is taking up a quite large proportion, about 20% of our whole industry chain, which is the largest proportion. Now we have completed over 300 companies' carbon emission survey. And for more than 200 companies of our suppliers, we conducted trainings in order to enhance the capability of green and low carbon management. We are also continuously developing our supplier management of tiered management of suppliers. Our goal is to establish a greener, low carbon, resilient supply chain system. Now, on carbon sink and carbon storage, our focus is to establish a better management system to build a terrestrial ecosystem and our carbon asset management system to better manage our resources. Higher list of carbon asset projects, actively participate in carbon finance projects. In terms of carbon credit and carbon offsets, we're establishing bottom-up assurance mechanism for carbon credits and carbon offsets. Conduct research on carbon offset projects for compensation of emissions and leverage innovative domestic and international mechanism and incentive policies. Looking ahead, with the two major policies, we're able to construct Tianma's carbon development last mile. International stage, we have won recognition with our concrete actions, fulfilling our responsibilities and contributing to sustainable development. As a United Nations Global Compact member, we have actively participated in sustainable development goals. In CDP climate change rating, we have been rated as B for climate change, A- for water security. It's fair to say this marks another milestone in environmental management at international level for Tianma. In Green Factory, we have 7 green factories, 3 zero waste factories, and 1 green supply chain, water-saving advanced enterprises. This is also a great achievement for us, green development. For green and low carbon development, they are the future and defining feature of our future. We firmly believe that looking ahead for the green future, not only we are witnessing the future, but also have the responsibility to create a better future. Let's join hands and usher in a better future together for a greener, more intelligent future. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Wang Lei, for sharing with us the sustainable development for Tianma. As you mentioned, achieving green and low carbon development is not a path to walk alone, but requires the synergistic progress of the entire industry chain. Please join me for a promo.
世界始于一眼所见，所见皆因光而生。天马从科技点亮，溯光而行，致力于让世界更加美好。我们淬炼光的品质，以可靠之魂铸就世界基石。我们拓展光的边界，以声色万象拥抱价值共享。我们传递光的温度，以同行之心守护未来生长。当熠熠光华 汇聚成河，便成就生生不息、万般精彩。我们用心发光，共映韶华。
ESG, which stands for Environment, Social and Governance, is important yardstick for measuring companies' sustainable development capability. Tianma believes that display technology should not only define the future with innovation, but also protect the future with green responsibility. We're committed to deeply integrating ESG concepts into every link of R&D, manufacturing, and supply chain management. Through practical actions such as reducing energy consumption, green design, responsible sourcing, we will join hands with all partners to strive for a greener and more inclusive planet. And now, with great pleasure, I would like to invite onto the stage our partners and Seoul to join us to launch the ESG Green Planet Initiative. Now I would like to invite onto the stage our inaugural guests, Wang Lei, the president of Tianma Microelectronics, and the general manager of display and touch department from Xiaomi Mobile, Wu Cangzhi, and from Lenovo R&D, Hu Jianfeng, and from Geely Auto Group Smart Cockpit Institute, Yao Yongli, and from Schneider Electric, Anthony Sin, and Liang Xingqing, Executive Vice Chair and Secretary General of Liquid Crystal Branch of the China Optics and Optoelectronics Manufacturers Association, and Yan Xun, the upcoming global president of the Society for Information Display (SID), and Li Hanchao, the Chief Commercial Officer, and from Novatech, Li Yanxian, from IMAX, Marketing Director, Wu Junru. Now I would like to invite you to put your hands on the button that signifies green and future. Please press the button. Congratulations. Now we have launched the Green Planet Initiative. Please take a group photo to memorize this moment. And please hold for 5 seconds with a thumb up. Thank you. With our concerted efforts, the green planet in our displayed industry will definitely flourish, and let's make our future green together. Distinguished guests, the way of innovation lies in talent cultivation. The creativity of a younger generation are the core engine driving the future of this industry. Now we are going to announce the Tianma Cup Automotive Display Innovation Competition Award Ceremony. First, we will present the team that winning the 3rd place. That is the team from Yatsen University at Southern University of Science and Technology. I would like to invite the representative of the 2 teams onto the stage.
非常高兴有请颁奖嘉宾。
I'd like to invite onto the stage Qing Feng, the General Manager of Tianma Microelectronics R&D Center and the head of Micro LED Research Institute, as well as Liu Jingquan, the General Manager of Tianma Automotive Display Business Unit and China Automotive Business Manager, onto the stage to present the awards to the winning teams. Congratulations to the teams and universities that winning the third place in our competition. Let's take a photo together to commemorate this moment. Thank you. Congratulations to the winning teams and winning universities. Now we're going to present team that winning the second place of this competition. I would like to ask the representatives of the winning team onto the stage. And I would like to invite onto the stage Professor Ying Qun, the upcoming chair of SID, to present the award to the team from Suzhou University. Let's take a photo together. Thank you and congratulations to the team from Suzhou University. Now we're going to unveil the highest honor of this competition, the champion team, the team from Southeast University. I would like to invite onto the stage the Vice President of Tianma Microelectronics, Cui Peng. Please take a photo together. Thank you and congratulations. Let's use a warm round of applause to congratulate on the winning teams. With your wisdom and your creativity, you showed us the infinite possibilities of the future smart cockpit. I would like to thank our award presenters and the support coming from SID Society. Nothing can be accomplished without norms or standards. So the establishment of standards is the cornerstone for the development of the industry. So now we're going to move on to an extraordinary session that is to witness the launch of important industry standards and certification. So first is the launch and release of the automobile cockpit liquid crystal display module standard, and such standard will provide important guidance for the standardization and high-quality development of smart automobile cockpit displays. I would like to onto the stage Li Guixin, Assistant Secretary General of China Social Association of Automobile Manufacturers, and Zhu Guilin from Automobile Intelligent Display Branch of China Association of Automobile Manufacturers, and Mr. Cui Peng from Tianma Microelectronics, and also Xi Shengchao, the head of Automobile Electronics Business Unit from Tianma Microelectronics. Please place your hands on the LED light pillar and to witness the launch and release of this important industry standard. Congratulations. And with the launch of this industry standard, it marks a new development stage. So now please join together for a group photo with your thumb up. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. The release of such a standard marks a new stage for China's smart automobile cockpit display industry. And now we're going to release the group standard for the general specification for automobile mini LED backlight liquid crystal displays. I would like to invite onto the stage Peng Jianfeng from China Video Industry Association and Mr. Chi Yunfeng, Executive Vice President of Tianma Microelectronics. Please place your palm on the pillar. Release. Now, the standards for the general specification for automobile mini LED backlight liquid crystal displays is now released. Thank you. Please return to your seats. Thank you very much. The release of these two standards is a vivid practice of how we reach the consensus and our concerted efforts, and they're going to lead and guide technological innovation and solidify the industry foundation. And this requires our concerted efforts, and so that we can build an ecosystem that is standard-based, prosperous, and of global competitiveness. And Tianma, in terms of display colors, is now certified. So now I would like to invite onto the stage Zhongxin, the director Liu Jixiang from Rainland Ergonomics and Laser Technology Competence Center, as well as Yang from OLED Research and Development Department. Now, Mr. Liu, please present the 5-star certification of perceived 3-dimensional color gamut certificate to Tianma Microelectronics. Thank you, and please be seated. And while we are pursuing the high resolution of the picture and pixels, we're also being eyes-friendly. And finally, we're going to witness the certification of the eye-friendly and high reliability of AM OLED. I would like to invite onto the stage Zheng Jingfu from Fangyuan Mark Certification Group and Zhu Jingcai, please, onto the stage. I'd like to ask Mr. Chen, to present the certificate of AMOLED display product eye-friendly certificate. Let's take a group together. Take a group photo together. Thank you. Please stay on the stage. Tianma Microelectronics will also be certified on another item that I would like to ask Mr. Zheng to present another certificate that is a certificate for reliability of its AMOLED display product. Please pose for a picture.
谢谢，请。
Thank you. Please take your seats. Congratulations again. For U11EL device display for receiving eye protection certification and reliability certification. This reflects Tianma's high regard for product social responsibility and user experience. Kindly take your seats, please. The establishment of each standard and each authoritative certification is coming from persistent pursuit of Tianma in innovation as well as the responsibility. Once again, congratulations to the success of all the above release of certificates. Distinguished guests, with this, all agendas of 2025 Tianma Microelectronics Technology Innovation Conference have successfully concluded. Once again, thank you for all your attendance and support. Thank you for our partners. We hope today's conference has allowed everyone to see the This concludes the conference. Next, there will be media communication meeting and investor exchange meeting. Please move to the designated area. All guests also welcome to the areas.